Hi guys, Scotty here with another DBZ Dokkan Battle video for you. Today we're going to be looking at how you can beat the Take Down the Gendarmerie Masked Majin Arrives. Sorry, not returns. This is going to be an event that has about 15 stones to gain, and it is surprisingly a little bit difficult. It is only a Super 2 difficulty, but in the final stages of the bosses, they do hit quite hard. If you don't hit them, they will do quite a bit of a super attack to you, but we'll get to that anyway. I'm going to have the team on the left that I used to do this, and this team is going to be for your super type. You need to bring 5 different super types to get that mission done. We're going to do Super 2 difficulty to get that mission done. We're going to do this within 5 turns to get that mission done, and we're also not going to be using any items or anything to get that mission done. I'm going to have the rotations in that down there as well. Basically, you're bringing a friend, SS4 Daima Goku, you're letting him handle all the tanking in slot 1 with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Nothing wrong with putting Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in slot 1 as well, if you're not quite able to get enough ki for him, and maybe after giving Vegeta his ki, you can get enough ki for Goku. Getting Goku's 24 ki is imperative. Giving that attack 200% is a massive difference to his damage, especially in the later stages when we're trying to beat this within 5 turns. Now, beating this with this team on Super 2 will not count for the Super mission as well, unfortunately. So, Super difficulty mission, that is. So, you will need to go back, just use the same team, do the Super difficulty first, then do Super 2. Super will be even easier than this, obviously. It's much more easy difficulty. And then Super 2 will use the same team, and will focus more on the rotations. But the amount of damage coming out from the Daima duo here should be more than enough to get this done. Now, these bosses, the way that they work is they all hit very hard. They've got 4.6 million super on all stages. So besides super difficulty, Super 2 difficulty, all the stages of the fight, they'll be hitting you with 4.59 million super attacks. And the way that you kind of counter that is you need to hit them once, and they will then take an attack minus 40%. So you will be more looking at, like, what's that? Like a 2.8, 2.7 million super rather, which is more manageable for this team, and there's a lot of counters on this team as well, so it should be fine. But what I'm saying is you need to try and aim these attacks at different units as much as possible. So like put the Goku aiming at the physical one, because obviously type advantage, but also if you hit 3 of them in a turn or something, especially in the final phase, if you don't just end up blitzing the final phase, at least then majority of the units have taken a negative 40% damage. Majority of the bosses, I'm saying, have taken a negative 40% damage, and that has now allowed you to not have such big supers coming at your units. A little bit easier than that. Even an AoE unit, if you are struggling with getting this exact team, maybe you can bring in an AoE unit as well. And if they fire off an attack, then everyone gets the attack minus 40%. The only exception to this rule is going to be later on, where in the final phase, when you fight the same 5 guys again, they are going to get that attack minus 40% after receiving an attack, but they will also be getting an attack plus 40% with each turn passed. So the first turn, you'll just be nullifying their attack plus 40%, and then from there on, they will just start getting, if you hit them, they'll have a plus 40 instead of a plus 80, and then 120, 180% instead of a 120, respectively. So that you kind of need to kill them quickly at the end, but that being said, if you are bringing this team, you should be annihilating these guys quite quickly. Just need to do a little bit of key management. You can always swap in Vegeta into slot 1. It's not terrible. It's not the most amazing. I mean, Goku is definitely better suited to that, but you can do it if you need to. Just make sure then you hit the AGL one if he's attacking in slot 1, so that he gets the negative 40%. What I would suggest as well is for the final phase of the fight, just keep your actives, all your actives for that. You need to beat it within 5 turns. In this run we did within 3, but I did get very lucky with all of my rotations. You can always afford a rotation, or even 2, of getting your rotations set up, and as long as you finish on turn 5, you'll be absolutely fine. When you get to that final fight, try aim the actives at as many different, if you have 3 actives available, try aim them at 3 different units, and then target your actual attacks against the other 2, so that you are giving them all a negative 40% attack while you're at it. So then your actives are going to help actually reduce the attack they'll be receiving, and then when they go and attack the other 2 units, now everyone's got a negative 40% attack, and then you can just clean them up on turn 5. But this was done on turn 3. I mean, it is gonna always be a little bit RNG, key RNG. We're seeing that a bit more with this Goku, who I don't want to say he has key problems, but a little key problems. If you don't get those STR orbs, he loses a huge chunk of his damage, which can be very frustrating. So it might take 1 or 2 tries to get that right. But yeah, maybe you might just need to swap, like I said, swap Vegeta in slot 1 so that you can organize the orbs beforehand, and then give him some STR orbs in slot 2. That won't be an issue as well. But yeah, this was the super team. We're gonna go on now to the extreme team, who can do pretty much all of this as well, and kind of feels a bit easier because it feels like a little bit of a hack, which is awesome. But yeah, that is going to be it. Let's jump on to the next team. Okay, so looking at getting the extreme type stream 5 different types mission done. This will also get your Super 2 difficulty done, your 5 turns done, your no support done. It just depends what order you do them in, but basically this team is a little bit of a hack for this. It is Physical Omega Shenron was absolutely made for this event, having an AoE super attack and doing so much damage. He will just pretty much eviscerate these guys so easily. And the fact that you're doing an AoE means you are applying that blanket negative 40% attack to every single unit, every single boss immediately, which is very helpful. Not worrying about that. Not that they survive past a Physical Omega Shenron's turn anyway, because he just does so much damage. If you are struggling a little bit with his damage, you wonder what's going on, just try and make sure that you are putting units next to him that have big bad bosses on. You do need him to be activating his big bad bosses, and if it's not level 10 and it's like a level 7 or something, obviously it's not going to activate without you losing health, which is not going to happen in this event. So yeah, it does make quite a big difference. Shouldn't really hinder you too much in this event though. You might just get to turn 4 or 5 instead of doing it in like 3 turns. Yeah, not too much else to say about this one, really. Physical Omega Shenron just pretty much trivializes this entire thing. Really fun little interaction. And yeah, I have put the rotations up there. You kind of, if you want to do this as fast as possible, you kind of do need him to come on turn 1, and then his counterpart on your friend lead on turn 2, so that you can just keep the AoEs going and just obliterating them. But yeah, that might just have to reset once or twice, or again, if you've already done the turn 1, it doesn't really matter. You're just trying to get the extreme type missions done, which this team will do handily without any issues. If you cannot build this team, and I know it's a hyper-specific team that relies very much on Physical Omega Shenron, if you don't have him, your best bet is probably going to be to try bring a friend lead of him along with another team, the run with some other extreme types that you can make. You could even do the clones. I've seen people do them with the clones. It will depend that the clones get like their dodges in that. So you might do like a hybrid clones with the sort of like that merge Zamasu as well. The fusion Zamasu into one LR. Could throw him in there as well. That could be a team that could get the extreme 5 types done. Yeah, the thing is, you just don't want it to drag on because they get to 120%, which is then that is over 10 million super. So yeah, most units will start dying at that point. So you do want to need to kill quickly to get this done. But yeah, if you have Physical Omega Shenron, then you could probably run Cybermen, and if you get lucky, you'll just kill him anyway with just Omega Shenron and slot 1 on both rotations. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That is all I have for you, and that will give you your 15 stones, all the missions done. So what I will do is I will leave you with the rest of the run if you do just want to see. Well, we are at the end of it anyway, so not too sure why I'm saying that. But you'll see here, we get our nice 15 stones, which is great. Always good to have more stones, especially since the combining of easy A's continues to happen. But yeah, there we go. All stones obtained, event done, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I will check you guys in the next one.